Good morning, children. Now, today we will be starting with chapter 5 in chemistry, that is language of chemistry. Now, in this chapter, today we will be studying the topic on chemical reactions. Now, before we go on to chemical reactions, let us have a recap on the topic chemical changes. If you remember, we have studied about physical and chemical changes in our previous chapters. So the chemical changes are basically those changes in which new substances are formed. So whenever any change involves the formation of new substances, then it is said to be undergoing a chemical reaction. Okay. Like for example, if we talk about burning of coal. Now when you see a coal burning in front of you, how will you represent that change on paper? Okay, now the simplest way is that we write carbon. Now coal is basically made of carbon. Okay, so carbon combines with oxygen. Now whenever anything is burning, that means it is combining with the oxygen which is present in air. So here carbon is combining with oxygen which is present in air and is forming a gas which is called as carbon dioxide. We represent the change happening by an arrow. Okay, now this change is being represented in the form of names of either elements or compounds. So we call it as word equation. Okay. Now when we represent this chemical change or this chemical reaction in the form of symbols and formulas, then it is called as chemical equation. Like for example here, carbon is represented as C, plus oxygen gas is a diatomic gas. It is represented as O2 and it gives carbon dioxide. The formula for carbon dioxide is CO2. So this is the chemical equation for the reaction mentioned above. Now let us have a look at the chemical equation in detail. Now here is the example of chemical equation of burning of coal where C plus O2 gives CO2. Now this chemical equation can be divided into two parts. First part is the substances which are taking part in a chemical reaction, and the substances which take part in a chemical reaction or which are undergoing a chemical change are known as reactants, and they are always written on the left hand side of the equation. Then there the other part is of the substances which are formed as a result of the chemical change or the chemical reaction, and those are called as products, and products are always written on the right hand side. Now let us have a look at other example here. Now here hydrogen is combining with oxygen to form water. That means hydrogen and oxygen which are combining and are participating in a chemical reaction will be reactants, while water which is formed as a result of chemical change will be the product. I hope by now you are clear with the chemical reactions and the chemical equations. Now let us try and understand what actually happens when a chemical reaction is taking place. Now if we have a look at the chemical reaction where hydrogen combines with oxygen to form water. Now if we look at the atomic structure of these reactants, we will see that hydrogen is having two hydrogen atoms bonded to each other. That is one molecule of hydrogen. This is the another molecule of hydrogen where two hydrogen atoms are bonded to each other. Similarly, in case of oxygen, two oxygen atoms are bonded to each other to form a oxygen molecule. Now when two or more than two atoms combine, then atomic rearrangement takes place. That means the old bonds between the atoms are broken. Like here the hydrogen molecule will break up into two hydrogen atoms. Here oxygen molecule will break up into oxygen atoms and new bonds are formed. Like here one atom of hydrogen will make bond with this oxygen, another molecule also will make bond with this oxygen, and ultimately we will get a molecule of water, that is H2O. Similarly, the other molecule will also go the same kind of change. It will break up, then one atom of hydrogen will combine with oxygen, another free atom of hydrogen will combine with oxygen and will form a bond and will form another molecule of H2O. So here we can see that during the chemical reaction, no new element is being created. Only the substances are undergoing the rearrangement of atoms. old bond between the atoms are broken and the new bonds between the atoms are formed. Now during the studies it was found that the total mass of reactants is equal to the total mass of products. Now this is practically possible only when the number of atoms of each kind are same on the reactant side as well as on the product side. Now let us have a look at this reaction. Now here if we look at the number of atoms, here the number of hydrogen atoms is 4, here the number of oxygen atoms is 2. Now this side the total number of hydrogen atoms are 4 and total number of oxygen atoms are 2. That means we can see that during the formation of water by the combination of hydrogen and oxygen, the number of the total number of atoms of each type are not changing. Only the atoms are rearranging themselves by breaking old bonds and forming new bonds. Now this result was in confirmation or was in coordination with the law of conservation of matter. According to this law, matter can neither be created nor destroyed. That means neither we can create a matter nor we can destroy it. We can only transform it from one form to another. Now if we talk about matter, matter is basically made up of atoms. So we can say that atoms can neither be created nor destroyed. Okay, so same thing is happening in the chemical reactions, that no atom is created and no atom is destroyed. Only the arrangement of atoms is changed during a chemical reaction, and the total number of atoms of each type remain same on the reactant side as well as on the product side.